Hi, my name's Morgan Armstrong. I did my research project on COVID-19 and the effect it had on the not only the US but the world from around 2019 to 2021. It still is an ongoing thing, but it's not as serious as it used to be. I remember I was in the 7th grade when COVID first hit. We were just told we were going to get a few weeks off of school, and then it turned into the rest of the year, and it was a really interesting time. It all started in China. A couple people came in to doctors around a certain town in China, and everyone had the similar symptoms, but it wasn't like your regular case of COVID or the flu or anything. So doctors decided to report it, and then that's when it was officially named COVID-19, and the first case was found in Washington State from a man who had just traveled from that town in China, and then it was just ongoing from there. At one point in time, there was over a million cases in a single day of COVID. Schools shut down, businesses shut down, the 6-foot rule came into play, masks were mandatory everywhere. Unfortunately, there were a lot of deaths. I personally know people who lost their life to COVID. It was hard because of COVID. You weren't allowed to go to the hospital and see them, and funerals were also difficult because, no one really wanted to be that close to one another because no one wanted to get sick. It was just a really difficult time. Thankfully, though, COVID has gotten to the place where it's not as scary. There's way less deaths, if any, at this point. It's not a common thing to catch. Mask mandates have been lifted, schools are reopened, but it's definitely something that'll go down in history. I imagine in the next few years, if not already, it'll be taught in history classes. But yeah, I really enjoyed learning more about COVID. Obviously I experienced COVID, but there was even some things that I learned that I didn't realize, like how there was over 1 million cases in a day. That really blew my mind, because there's only a certain amount of people in the world, and the fact that there was 1 billion in a day, or over 1 billion, was insane to me. I personally had COVID about, I think, 5 times, and it wasn't because I was going in and out. It was over the course of like 2 or 3 years that I had it that many times, but it's always worse each time, I feel like. But thankfully it's been a while, and I'm glad that COVID's over, because it was definitely a hard time for everyone's mental health, for the loss of so many people. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed reading my slideshow and maybe learn some things about COVID that you didn't know. Thank you.